I'm gonna make a video um on um on a topic that I don't think I have much knowledge of. I'm just gonna wing it basically. Um, it's a topic that I don't have much knowledge of. I don't have much knowledge of history, so I have some knowledge of other subjects. So um, the topic is uh, what's called an old boys club, which is I prefer like that term. It doesn't really make much sense. It's basically mostly middle class to upper class. It's very exclusive because well, there's reasons why it has to be exclusive. Though I'm not using official jargon, it makes sense. Like there's certain things that you just need to have. I don't want to say testosterone, but it's more like you know, there's certain things back in the old days that are in the 20th, 19th, 20th, 18th, 19th, 20th century. That and it's different for each. It's different, in the United States in the 18th, 19th, 20th century, Europe or Asia. Um, um, I guess the, I guess I would, I guess the best way to think about it um, is the Zoom app, the increase in popularity during coronavirus. It's a lot like that. Even though um, um, where you have to have a very specific link, there's like passcode to the invitation, that kind of stuff. Um, the reason I wanted to bring this topic is because um, various things from elections now banned. Um, Even though realistically that's not really that big of a deal because the type of culture in the United States is when I compare it to other countries, it's um it's a lot more experimental, which means um it's uh obviously the other countries they prefer to they don't want things to just you know they don't want to try things. Well, basically something like Facebook or iPhones would have never existed if these other countries, England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, China, Vietnam, Japan, Mexico. Um, these countries, Japan, Korea, South Korea, Russia, these countries would have never, tried these kind of. They just prefer to play it safe, basically. And what does that exactly mean? I mean, um, there's a certain type of person I think, that if you just look at the, presidents and prime ministers, um, there's a certain type of person that that's come across. That just they're all over the place. They're not as focused. They don't really have a clear plan. That's the type of person that they would put in prison, and of course, you can see the politics. Of course, the United States doesn't arrest that type of person. The United States arrests a different type of person. So the politics in this country is very different. In the U.S., the um, I don't know, like this type of person that they put in prison in the United States, um, let's just say would never be arrested in the countries I listed: England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Russia, China, Vietnam, Japan, Mexico. Um, I guess even Canada too. So I'm not very, I'm not so experienced at trying to describe this. This is something that you were to enter a college program in, some arts or movie production, they would cover it, even though for the most part it wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think any professor would, you know, explain it like thoroughly. It's um because TV trope stuff doesn't really explain it, so they don't use terminology that makes that it, there's some prerequisite knowledge, like for example, um, let's just say um, sometimes when you try to put it to words, the accuracy, that's because like so put it this way, the type of person arrested in the United States tends to be um, I don't know, like I haven't been outside the country in a long time, so it's hard to say. Um, it's just um, um, some people understand it better than others. Um, so this type of person that's arrested would in the United States would, basically like what I said, like Facebook and iPhones and I guess even in corporations like Microsoft, Apple. This type of person would try to stop these organizations from being formed at the earliest stage, right? So, um, so obviously, um, it makes sense because in this country, those companies they've created. Other countries, something like that would have never been created. So, or at least would never have the money to turn it. It would just remain like a tiny startup, right? Or it would remain at the very entrepreneur level. It would never become big or Fortune 500 or anything like that. So it's hard to form these. It's hard to form this kind of term. So without making any um anyway. So I'm not saying that our countries don't have corporations. Of course they do. That you don't see like you have like a few websites that are at the top of the Alexa list, um, that are from other countries. But the vast majority are from the U.S. Google.com is consistently in the top 10. Facebook.com is consistently in the top 10. Um, so YouTube.com is also in the top 10 as Alexa. So you get the idea that most of them Yahoo is actually not made in the U.S. Um, there's no question that a significant amount of the, the founders of these top websites have studied in the U.S., even though, you know. So, so, so why does it have anything to do with mentioning something that is a relic of the 20th or 19th century? It's just, I wanted to bring it up because, um, col- colleges, there's a lot of hazing, and even though hazing is supposedly illegal, there is, you know, there's still a milder form of hazing that is like initiation ritual, or basically there's a certain type of person that's very rare that likes to um you basically make things more fair, or at least, you know, but it's just that, okay.